Right, let's crack on with Nesbitt, Series 8, Episode 2, Common. Wondering what this is going to be about. Is it going to be about common people? Or the House of Commons? Or things, common misconceptions about Scottish culture? I don't know. Let's just get into it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Check out the Patreon. But, most importantly, just enjoy yourself.
A national minimum wage is an aberration of nature.
Rubbish.
Market forces.
Rubbish.
And market forces alone should determine wage levels. Mark my words, this sort of economic featherbedding will result in higher inflation and do more harm than good to the low-waged and unwaged of our country.
Order! Order! Yes. The Honourable Member for Govan South, Mr. Tommy Pat the Doug Huggett.
With respect, the honourable gentleman is talking shite. Sorry, Hen. Quiche. He thinks the unwaged are feather-bedded. Let him try living on social security benefit. See how he likes it.
Order! Order! Order!
Very well. Madam Speaker, I accept the honourable gentleman's challenge, and in return I challenge him to find a suitable candidate to exchange lifestyles with me for one full calendar month.
Dear Ella, I am rooked. As I write, the phone has been cut off, the gas has been cut off. Thankfully, the electric... I am up to high-do with worry. Please, can you lend me some dosh?
Hurry over that bloody letter, for God's sake!
Quiet!
No.
About bloody time!
Hey, Santa, can I have a chain set and a rocking horse, please?
There was me, I had you done for an inflatable woman, but you've already got one, haven't you?
I keep a civil tongue in your head, Santa. You're in a fairly vulnerable position.
You bastard.
Rob, quick! The door's coming in! Hit the slate! Hello. Are you here for the scripture class?
Of course. We'll need to make sure that big laddie-dad Tory bastard doesn't get off lightly. We've the image of Govan to consider.
That's why our choice of candidate is paramount. Need to find...
Is he Tory or Labour then? The guy that challenged him to live like him for a month? Is what?
a scumball who's media-friendly.
Honest, hard-working.
Who embodies the noble virtues of the glorious working class.
Correct. Nah. Let's just find some nutter to shite in his Chesterfields. What was that?
Are you?
What do you think? Think he'd do it?
Do it? Look at him. For 10 pence and a toffee apple, he'd eat his own young one.
I won't go that far.
My sole aim is to prove that state benefits are adequate to provide for health,
MP swaps phyllo for gyro.
welfare and a nutritious diet.
That's a headline, isn't it?
And here was me thinking it was just a cheap publicity stunt as well.
Oh, shame on you, Norrie.
Yes, I remember I once cherished certain political dreams myself.
3 in a bed romps with Edwina Curry and her daughter.
The very dream.
Edwina Curry's got a face like a horse.
I know. But there's something about a bird with a feed bag on. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's
well, folks should be
disgusting.
looking in here soon.
His agent said he'd be doing a Meet the People tour about now.
I was wondering what our attitude should be if he tries to pally up with us.
Well, I think we should be fair-minded about it. If he buys us drink, we'll lick his arse. If he doesn't, we'll shag and eat him. Agreed?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Good afternoon, everyone. Tony Wellthorpe. Can I buy you all a drink?
What have you come as? It's not half far from the truth, that, is it? Let's be honest. Most people change like that.
Nice, eh? Welcoming. All they needs a moat, a drawbridge, and a vat of boiling oil.
Who lives here?
I feel like the bloody exorcist stone in here. Oh, what am I talking about? That's a nice middle-class family, isn't it? I mean, they're not going to judge people by appearances, are they?
Remember, children, if you
Aren't
like
they?
the look of him, you can stay in the house. If not, there's a bed made up in the stables.
Hello there!
I hope you'll be comfortable here, Mr. Nesbitt.
Oh, don't you worry about me. You just take me out for a canter round about 6. Then I usually nick down the blacksmith's about 10 o'clock to get re-hoofed, you know.
Re-hoofed?
It's a wee joke. I'm making light of a potentially awkward situation. It's called social etiquette, you know.
I see. Sorry.
I don't know why the hell I bothered. I should have just shit in the living room carpet when I arrived and put them at their ease, you know.
Don't you like muesli, Mr. Nesbitt?
No, you're all right. Once you get used to the idea you put it in your mouth and you don't re-grout the kitchen with it, you kind of relax into the concept, you know. I'm being unpleasantly sarcastic. In Glasgow, that passes for humour.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Ugh, take your poker at your arse, you prick.
Well, I really ought to get going. I'm taking my husband's surgery this morning in his absence. I must admit I'm pretty nervous about it.
Are you qualified?
Well, I often ask my wife to nick down the boogies when I'm not there, but remove somebody's appendix?
It is political surgery.
Oh, sorry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That was ignorance as opposed to humour on my part. You'll get to know the subtle difference. All right, Tiger? What the hell is that ramming?
That's Chloe's violin.
Dear God.
Oh, that's bad.
I actually had a burst pipe and a sing-a-len in Burndike Street that sounded a bit like that. But you know we better get yourself a plumber as opposed to a violin teacher. They're bloody sight cheaper. And you'd end up with a sweeter sound, eh, Chloe?
I'm sorry, the children are a little nervous with strangers.
Well, if it's any consolation, they've a queer effect on me, too.
Well, that's a pity. I was hoping I could trust you to look after them. It's Mrs. Morris's day off.
I see. So that has to be my role at the cutting edge of government, eh? The politician's wife.
In a way. If so, I hope you find the sex better than I do.
Humour, right?
Am I laughing? See you later.
Sex with who?
Well, are we just going to sit here gawping at each other? Are we going to indulge in the miracle of speech, huh? Tell you what, you want a sweetie? Hey, wait to see her. I've got some lucky bag. Look. Mega boy and mega girl. What do you say, eh? Huh? All right, you've convinced me. You're the Chucky twins. Use yourself. Oh, that's your fag.
What the fuck? It's like the fucking Addams Family. So Rab's been left on his own to look after these two posh kids. Neither of them are talking to him and being all weird and kiddie. Pulls out a bag of sweets. You want a bag of sweets, eh? And they're like, they don't say anything. They just carry on. No response. And then he says, ugh, right, but lights a fag. Oh, fancy a fag, eh? She starts walking into the room like a zombie. And the kid's like, the boy's like, what the fuck is going on with this family?
So,
Jesus, look at him! It's like pulling a bottle of vodka out in front of Pete the Jakey.
oh, fancy a fag. Do your father know you smoke?
Are you kidding? He hardly even knows our names. Can I ask you a question, please?
Sure.
Are you proper scum, or are you just working class? Toby!
No, you're all right. No, I am, in actual fact, authentic scum. You can tell that by my aftershave. Impetigo by Chanel. Why do you ask? Is it just because you're a stuck-up wee middle-class bastard?
No, he's the reverse. He won't speak to anyone who's not working class. It's his oasis complex. That's not true. I admire Nick Leeson. He embezzled £6 million.
Nick Leeson? In the name of God, what happened to your innocence? When I was your age, I used to admire simple souls like cowboys, you know. People living about wiping out Indians and hanging people for... And second thoughts, just stick with Nick Leeson. Why shatter their youthful idealism, you know?
Oh, these kids are...
It's a different world altogether, isn't it? This middle class carry on, isn't it?
What's going on in this episode, though? I feel like there's a lot of context missing. First, we started off in the House of Commons with two MPs, both from a different party, one challenging the other to live a month in his shoes. Then we end up in Rab's flat with two people trying to break in. Mary writing a letter to Ella, begging her for some money because the gas has been turned off, the phone's been cut off, and then the electric was cut off while she was writing the letter. And now Rab's living in a big fancy house belonging to a posh family, and he's been left on his own with the kids. What the fuck's going on? What's the story? I'm confused. Like...
It's a different world altogether, isn't it? This middle class carry on, isn't it? I mean, you may see this. Look. A fruit bowl, right? A fruit bowl containing, wait for it, fruit.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not trying to play the Tiny Tim card here or nothing, but see in Scum World, I mean, a fruit bowl is for containing everything else but.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. In fact, it's not just in that world, it's pretty much everybody. I mean, I remember my grandparents' fruit bowl, it'd have anything but fruit in it, as well as fruit, normally. It'd usually be full of money at the bottom. It'd be full of coins that they've just thrown in there when they come back from shopping. Or it'd have keys in it, or batteries. Yeah. My fruit bowl, it's usually got letters in it and stuff, but it has fruit in it as well sometimes. And I bet everybody else does that. They put their car keys in it, or they put their wallet in it, or they put spare chargers, or bits and bobs from around the kitchen. You know, yeah, that is true. Fruit bowls are multi-purpose. They're not just for fruit.
World. I mean, a fruit bowl is for containing everything else.
Comment below. What's in your fruit bowl?
But see, when I was young, I used to think Kirby grips and gas bills was fruit. That's not all, my friends. Step this way. Wait, see this. Look, cakes. Hundreds of them. I mean, see, in Scumland, cakes were lucky to make it to the table, far less the cupboard. I mean, your mother come in with a full bag of shopping, and by the time she was hijacked in the lobby by the children, well, she was lucky if she made it to the table clutching the handbag handle. Dear God, you can't help thinking how things might have been different if we all had access to the great middle-class wonders of cake and fruit. All right, Toby, son. That's right, son. You stick in your homework. Because I'll tell you, education is the passport to a better life. Oh, what's your man? You need a wee hand.
Thanks. What's the coefficient of linear expansion? What were the main gains and losses of...
Yeah. Need a hand. It'll be the same hand that Captain Hook could be able to offer, because he's no chance with this.
Of the peninsula, the coefficient of linear expansion. What were the main gains and losses of the Peninsular Wars? The principal export of Malaysia.
I tell you, see all this book learning? Oh, it's a load of crap, son. It's a load of crap because it's never made a blind bit of difference to me in my life. And there you are.
And there you are. And there you are.
I could have sworn I had a dick before I come down here. A wounded fawn in the abattoir of life. This'll be more my level.
Come in.
What's that you're giving us now, eh? Is that Concerto in E by Dynarod?
Concerto E by Dynarod.
I know I'm not very good, but with patience and practice I'll improve. And if you must make comments on my playing, I'd rather they were encouraging ones.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's just us.
Well, maybe people would make encouraging comments about your playing if you could play well.
Something, you know. Find somebody doing something different. Well, you grind their confidence into dirt in order to...
Encourage them?
Oh, don't be so touchy. Never did me any harm, did it? All right, oh, fair enough, that's a bit of a bad example. But I mean, I've got kids of my own, and I mean, I've never done encouraging them.
Where are they now? At university?
Well, no, they're no, actually. You know, one of them's in the jail, and the other one's on Planet Hash.
Where are your kids? Are they in university? No, quite university. One's in the jail and the other's on Planet Hash.
Well, no, they're no, actually.
No, actually.
One of them's in the jail and the other one's on Planet Hash. I've nothing to reproach myself about, you know, because I have given them every chance in life. Every chance. I sleep very easy in my bed at night. Don't you worry about me.
I bet you do.
Oh, yes, very easy. Don't you worry about that.
The principles.
Gosh, it's that, son. I can't sleep.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. What do you want?
Listen, son, can I ask you something? Have I encouraged you in life?
Well, you're not turning sentimental, are you? Either you're pushed or...
I'm trying to be supportive, you cheeky wee bastard that you are. What exactly is it you're doing for a living these days, son?
I peddle soft drugs.
Oh, I see. Well, you stick in, and maybe one day you'll be peddling hard drugs. Tell your mother when I want to speak to her.
Oh, Ma, it's Dad.
Oh, tell him I can't come to the phone the now. Tell him Tony's raising my consciousness.
What?
Hey, Dad. Ma says she can't come to the phone. That patronising wank's raising her consciousness. I'll ask her. Oh, Ma.
What?
Dad says does raising your consciousness involve lowering your knickers?
Honestly, Tony, children, eh? Sometimes they just need a right good bow for the chip pan, don't they? Anyway, you were saying about the imperative of elitism.
Oh, sod elitism. Just tell us who Fergie was dipping up the hunt ball. Come on.
Oh,
Well, no, ladies, I shouldn't. But since you are...
No offence, Dad. I'd love to stone here talking shite to you, but some of us have got a work ethic. Cheerio!
Can't live without me, eh?
fiscal policy.
All right, Joe.
What do you want?
Well, a T-registered Volvo and 50k a year when they go amiss, but in the absence of that, I wouldn't mind a wee glass of your Vimto.
Vimto?
It's not Vimto, it's red wine.
Ach, I suppose that'll do at a push, you know.
Help yourself.
Oh. What's that you're reading?
Fiscal policy for the years 1991 to 97.
That's a cracker, that. I read that in the beach at Largs. I'll not spoil the ending.
Mr. Nesbitt, did you want something?
Well, I would have thought that was kind of fairly obvious. I mean, short of me bringing you your slippers and offering you a paw. Just kind of looking for a wee bit of company, no?
I'm sorry, I'm up to my eyes and very nearly out of my depth.
Well, maybe I could help you.
All right. Let's see, shall we? What do you know about the proposed new ring road encompassing planning agreements and selective tendering?
Well, you were rusty on that.
Comparative pensions?
Oh, what is it?
Work permits?
He didn't even answer if he was all right with that. He was just like, oh.
Pensions?
Oh, what is it?
Work
Oh.
permits?
Maybe I'll just slip by to the stable, do you know?
The Social Security Act 1974?
Is that pre-revision or established?
Pre-revision, I think.
Paragraph and subsection?
2.
Of course! Of course! The one thing that Rabsy Nesbitt is an expert on is the Social Security Act of 1974. Let's face it, he's been on it since 1974. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to be able to help her with this, isn't he? Is that... What was it?
Like the stable, do you know?
The Social Security Act 1974?
Is that pre-revision or established?
Is that pre-revision or established?
Pre-revision, I think.
Paragraph and subsection?
Paragraph and subsection?
2 and E.
Oh! Invalidity benefits and entitlements. That old chestnut. It's quite simple, actually. In the case of your long-term claimant, do you mind if I sit down?
That'd be my guest.
Oh, yeah, well, let the dogs see the rabbits, that style, you know. What seems to be the trouble?
Yes, I'm sure communities like Govan have many virtues, but frankly, thrift and self-discipline are not among them.
So that's why you want to introduce gas ovens for the long-term unemployed?
You are misquoting me. I don't think I said gas ovens. No, I did not say gas ovens.
Be fair, Mary, he said Agas.
Whose side are you on?
His. Tell us more about the
Isn't that the same thing?
Tony, I just loved the full-length leather coats, didn't you?
Now, you see, Hitler was misunderstood.
So are you, sweetheart. I can see it in your eyes.
You're a very perceptive woman, Mrs. Cotter.
Yes, I do flatter
Wow, her legs are just open to fucking...
myself that I've been allowed insight into the hidden sanctums of the human heart. It's the upside of being married to a hidden sanctums of the human heart. I do flatter myself that I've been allowed insight into the hidden sanctums.
Insight into the inner sanctums of the human heart. Like, your husband is the most downtrodden, depressed, at the end of his tether I've ever seen a man, purely from the state of his marriage, that I've ever seen. Can't fucking stand you.
Of the human heart. It's the upside of being married to a dog turd.
I've had enough of this.
I mean, he is a dog turd, but still.
Mary, wait! What are you doing?
Look, I'll get straight to the point. Do you want a ride or don't you?
I'll get straight to the point. Do you want a ride or don't you? Straight to the point, aye? Do you want a ride or don't you? Bit like a black cab. That's Ella though, all over. She is like a London black cab. She just goes around the city asking people, do you want a ride or not? And she charges per mile.
Look, I'll get straight to the point. Do you want a ride? I'll go with you.
With you? My God, what a horrible thought.
Mary! Mary, don't be so headstrong.
Why, will you have me shot and mounted? Is that what you did to your wife?
My wife isn't in your league. Oh, she's well bred, yes, but she's timid, reserved. You're feisty, outspoken.
Oh, I thought he was saying his wife's better than Mary.
Better off?
Well, I was going to say force of nature.
Well, before we go dancing round the gypsy campfire, let's get one thing straight. I don't like you, I don't like who you are, and I don't like what you stand for.
Mary.
Oh, and if you want to see a force of nature, then you just put your hand in my arse like that when my man's around. This is strictly business.
Oh, sod you then, let's go home. Taxi!
Taxi nothing. You are on a strict budget. Where's your middle-class thrift? Your self-discipline? You'll walk, fella, and like it.
I've never been spoken to like that in my life.
Well, and I don't suppose you like it either.
On the contrary, I've got a stiffy.
Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
Look, it's his last night here. I want to do something special. I want to go to that premiere, and if I don't go with Rab, who should I go with?
Your husband. Our father. Carl is old-fashioned.
Now look.
Yes. Look.
Oh, that's just to go to the pictures, eh?
Well, not quite the pictures. It's a digitally remastered relaunch of a neo-realist classic. Rab, you look...
I know, like a bouncer out of Bonkers Disco.
Oh, shall we?
Well, maybe later, but do you not think we should go to the pictures first?
The Odeon.
Quick, though. That must be a fun bag.
What is it?
Half bottle of vodka. It's just that government premiers usually frisk the guys for wetness before they done, you know. All right, Chief. I know fine well we're not going to get frisky, Chief. Well, posh birds like a bit of danger, don't they? Oh, there you go,
Oh, there you go, Look at the difference between him and everybody else. You can, you know. It was someone in still game. I can spot a near user like yourself a mile off. And here it's like that. I can spot Rab as the odd one out in that crowd. Just like that. You know, look at the state of him. But we, you know, I love Rab. We all love Rab, don't we? He's a legend.
Tell you what, this Disney half bring back some memories.
Memories? Have you been to a premiere before?
No, but I've been in many a line up Naughty Street, Nick. Just letting you know, but I need to phone my solicitor.
Here comes a charity patron.
Jenny, my dear, how are the family?
Very well, thank you, Rafe. Can I introduce...
Lord Lard of Gyro Valley.
Lord Lard of Gyro Valley.
Can I introduce...
Lord Lard of Gyro Valley.
Know your people?
Depends. Do you do prison visits?
Lord of Gyro Valley. Oh, stuff a fucking tea towel in his gob. Soaked in methylated spirit.
Well, Rab, this is your last night.
Aye. If you don't get mugged or buggered gazing at the stars, there'll be cause for a joke.
Are they in London? That looks like a London signpost.
Nay.
Do you know London well?
Oh,
I
shouldn't have said anything.
Actually, ran away here when I was 16. Used to eat chips out of litter bins. Slept in the lavies at Paddington Station. I think it's the nearest thing I've ever had to a romantic interlude.
And now you're back.
I meant to say, like your get-up.
Thanks. The dress is Donna Karen, the shoes are Patrick Cox.
Nice that me lend you a cast-offs, eh? Never mind, I'm wearing your man's suit.
They're designer labels.
I know that. Just... I suppose trying to hide my embarrassment at being...
Happy?
When you go as far as that.
Try.
Well, I don't know if I should. I mean, I'm on the verge of making an ass of myself here. I mean, after all, you're another man's wife. I'm another woman's husband.
Let's forget about labels. In my experience, happiness isn't an ongoing situation. It's just a jumble of odd moments scattered down the years.
So, are we having a moment here?
What it looks like.
It's up to you.
Oh, Rob. Wait a minute, don't tell me that Mary's standing right there.
Imagine me snogging a posh bird, eh?
I thought he'd seen Mary. I forgot for a moment there that he talks to us throughout the show. Whew.
Imagine me snogging a posh bird, eh?
So, I know it's a bit late through this journey of this show to be asking this, but when he's talking to us, is that just like he's in a monologue or he's in his thoughts? It must be, eh? He can't be saying this stuff out loud and the people around him just magically don't hear it.
See, if my balls were as lucky as this in the midweek lottery, my life would be complete.
That was quite a nice moment, actually. They do that. They do that a lot in this show. You know, there's been some really good moments, like deeply moving, emotional moments. They do actually do that quite well, and it helps that Gregor's a very good actor.
Good night.
Right.
Ah, she thought better of it.
Good night.
Yeah, good night. That's it. Good night.
See when you get right down to it. A shag is just a shag. But a moment, you always have.
True.
What are you two doing in here?
Guess.
Didn't trust me, eh?
He's a nice enough man, but in the end, he isn't one of us, is he?
No.
Well, you didn't seem to mind when he were offering you fags.
How could you? For my own wife to behave so irresponsibly with that piece of vermin. Do you realise how much this has harmed me? I'm having to call in favours to exercise some damage limitation.
Oh,
Just
heaven
you wait till I
forbid.
get home, I'll...
Your precious reputation, MP wanker.
Don't worry about it, Tony. Times like these, we need to put party differences aside.
Is there anything you can do?
He's scum, isn't he?
That's not gay, is it?
He'll be screwing the social, blagging gas smears. I'll ask around, we're bound to get him on...
Going on about his wife being seen out with another man. But I bet these two are at it when the fucking House of Commons is finished.
Something.
My villa on the Algarve's particularly welcoming this time of year.
Noblesse oblige. It's the British way, Tony. You ready?
Oh, it's getting more and more stressful being an exec...
Now he's taken his glasses off. Who is he? I've seen him before. What was he in? Oh, I can't remember, but I've definitely seen him in something before.
Negative nowadays, isn't it? I need to be relieved 3 or 4 times a day now. Oh.
Oh, welcome home, Dad. Business as usual, eh?
Shut it, you! This is the nearest thing I've had to a touch-up since I left. Once you got me.
What is it this time? Fraud or stolen property?
Non-payment of fines. God alone knows how they fun it.
Aye, I could hazard a fair guess.
Frankly, since I've been here, I've seen absolutely...
Big laddie-da bastard. They get away with it every time.
No, every time. My non-wee half ounce of skag.
The one you lost?
Aye. Want me to tell you where I lost it?
Only a month ago. Can you keep control of your dog, please? Thank you Get off. Thank you very much. I expressed in the house only a month... What are you doing? Do you know who I am?
Don't worry. I think
Do you know who I am? No one gives a fuck, mate. Fuck off.
I get the picture.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tony. He deals is feather-bedded. Let's see how you make it with a plate of porridge and an arsehole at the Channel Tunnel, eh? Aye, very good.
Let that MP be a lesson to you. It doesn't matter who you are in life. If you do wrong...
What fucking shape is she? Do you know what I mean? Even the headphones fell off because they were laughing that hard. Seriously, what is this? I'm sorry, I'm just, you know...
God will make you suffer.
God? I mean, don't talk.
Don't spoil it for her. Come on. Let's go home and we can watch Crime Watch.
At this rate, we'll be on it.
Well. We can dream, can't we? Come on.
And there we go, that's the end. Right, just one thing. I want to check. How is this the only thing he's been in? I've definitely seen him in something before. Or have I got the wrong person? Tony? Toby? Rab? Mary? Gash? Jamesy? Ella? Andra, whoever the fuck that is. Dodie, Noro, not Nori, yeah. Oh, there, Kevin McNally. There it is. Right. I think it's Johnny English. Yeah, he was the Prime Minister in Johnny English. I think that's it. It might be. That's where I've seen him anyway. Yeah. Television. Oh, he was in Bottom as well. Oh, he was the sex shop owner. Of course he was. Yeah. How about that? Right, that's it. So he was in Bottom and Johnny English. Right. Okay. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. I knew I had. Anyway, that's the end of that episode, and it was a good episode. I enjoyed that. It was funny. But again, they just can't help it, can they? The ones writing these episodes, the cheating is just off the charts. Can we have one season where Rab is faithful to Mary? You know? I mean, I know that these kind of sitcoms are supposed to be a highly exaggerated take on how people are, what people are like from these communities, these rundown council estates, but it's every other episode that him or Jamesy is dipping someone else apart from their own wives. It's mental. God. Yeah. But it's still funny, and I still enjoy the hell out of this show. It's really funny, and I love the show. You know, it's just so fun. And Rab's a great character. You know. So there we are. That was Series 8, Episode 2, Commons. I got the concept of the show, I think. Like, what the story by the at the halfway point. I thought he challenged. No, it don't matter. I got it. I've got it. No, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. So, I guess that's it. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and subscribe to the Rumble channel as well, because there's going to be just subscribe to the Rumble channel. You'll want to be there eventually. You'll see why. Anyway, it's Sunday night, so yeah, new week coming up. I might put a post up with a list of what you can expect to come over the next week. Just off the top of my head, I'm pretty certain that you can expect a new episode of On the Buses. Definitely the next episode of Not Going Out. Maybe the final episode of The Young Ones, or the next Bottom live show, which is the last live show before the movie. So, even though the movie didn't come after the final live show, it came after the second to last live show. But anyway, I'm doing it in the order I'm doing it now. I've got to commit to it. So, it's going to be one or the other that you can expect to come this coming week. Jesus Christ. 18 years ago, still game. Bobby shouting. Wow. Yeah. Next episode of Still Game, maybe. Maybe a new episode of Two Doors Down. And maybe the first episode of a brand new series. Maybe. I have to decide what brand new series it's going to be first. Because at the moment, I have got about 7 shows in my head that I want to try. I want to start. But I'm only going to pick one for now. So it's a case of choosing one of those 7. I might put it down to a vote. Or I might eliminate 2. So it's down to 5 and put it on YouTube. It'll get more votes then. Because you can only put 5 options on a poll on YouTube. Whereas on Patreon you can put 15. So 7 would be fine. But some people just can't be asked. Click a link to a public post that's free that you'd have to pay to access. But on Patreon. So yeah, I'll have to think about that. Anyway, that's just a rough idea of what's coming next week. More comedy, basically, and maybe a new show. So thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon. It's the cheapest Patreon in the reaction community. $1 a month. Membership starts from. And subscribe to the Rumble channel as well. Sometimes content that usually would only be on Patreon gets put on there for a while that you can't get anywhere else. Keeping Up Appearances is on Rumble now, I think. Yep. Entire first series of Keeping Up Appearances, I think. Is that right? Yeah. Entire first series and the first episode of Series 2 reactions of Keeping Up Appearances available on Rumble. So go and get that. It's worth it. Anyway, there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night.